Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read Awaken Tarot. There's a website in the back, myryve.com. There's a creative director for this deck, Sally Willems, Willms. If you go to the website, I believe you'll find that, but I haven't been on the website yet, so I'm not completely sure. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. These are illustrated by Jesse Reish, and there's the website at the bottom, hayhouse.com. Feel free to freeze frame on any of that if you would like to see it longer. Okay. I don't know where that came from, but okay. Yeah, card just kind of... Why are we're missing a piece. Okay. Already missing a piece. Okay. This isn't bad. There's something going on around this situation I feel like is causing stress. This might be a situation that I feel like for a lot of you, the last few months may feel like, why am I even here? Either you don't feel like you fit anymore, or you just feel like you're not doing anything, or that you just don't feel like this is where you want to be anymore. It just may be a weird feeling. You also got the moon card going on here. I feel like I get a lot of information that doesn't do anything. Like, how to explain? It's almost like I get a lot of information about things I'm not going to do anything with it. That's how I keep looking at it. Like, I know what's in this drawer. Maybe there's a lot of linens in this drawer, but I'm like, I don't want them. And that's somebody else's. Like, I have information, but there's nothing I'm going to do with it. This is strange. Okay. There's information, but nothing I want. It's kind of like, for example, I don't really care for seafood all that much. It's like me coming across a lot of seafood recipes and kind of like the way that the spices go and stuff like that. It's kind of like I really wouldn't even transfer this or try to make it with a different protein. So like, it's kind of like I have all that information, but what am I going to do with it? I don't even know what to do with it. A lot of that seems to be floating around you. Like, there's a lot of information that I don't really have any use for, and I don't really plan to use. It could be job related in the sense of like, maybe I'm just kind of over the job and I'm getting more information and more intel, but it's like I don't really even want to be here anymore, so I don't want to keep investing in this information, and it's like I don't really have the charge to have it. I don't really want it. No, this is the missing piece. What is it? It's the history of the situation. Oh, okay. So maybe whatever the situation is you're a part of, it could be that people don't let you move forward, or people hold you back, or people stop you from using information. Or maybe people give you information and then they never allow, it's like people give you the information, like, if you want to move forward, this is all the stuff you got to do, but then they never give you the opportunity to actually move forward. It's kind of like, I did all the work, I did all the research, I did everything you asked for. They're like, well, we don't have a position for you. And in fact, we're not going to have that position anymore. So there you go. I just feel like you've been treated badly for a while in this situation. Okay. You might have been treated badly for quite a while. There's a history to this. And I do get that whatever it is, you got the Ten of Swords here with the Four of Swords. Kind of like, this isn't working anymore, and I feel like I don't have any faith in it anymore, whatever the situation is. And there is a possibility for healing, and I feel like Gemini can see where this can go better. I feel like you can see where this could go better, and it may be, if we're going to use the job analogy, I have to change my connection with this situation. For some of you, maybe it's who you're working with. Maybe I got to change departments. For others of you, maybe it's like I need to find a whole new vocation. Could be something like that. We have other things going on here. It might be some connection with a friend group. And it's just like I don't feel like I'm listened to in this friend group anymore. I don't feel like I'm valued anymore in this friend group. And it's kind of like maybe I need to find a new friend group. It could be something like that. Whatever it is, I don't feel like it's working anymore. And I feel like it's kind of worn me down. Kind of like even when I find things I want to do, it's blocked from me every time. I almost feel like somebody's setting me up. And I think it's time to start looking for a different way to change things. In this situation, there's a slow and steady wins the pace. Wins the race. I keep saying pace. Slow and steady pace wins the race. I said it wrong. I didn't say enough of it at once. Slow and steady pace wins the race. This may be one of those moments. I don't think of Gemini really doing the tortoise. I was gonna mix the tortoise and the hare in a very not good way for a second there. I just noticed it. This may be one of those situations, though. Little by little, it's time to get out of this situation and time to start working in that direction. Although I'm also being reminded, you have your way of doing the slow and steady pace, in the sense of like, it doesn't have to be a very regimented. This is what we do today. That is what we do tomorrow. For you, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady pace wins the race. I keep wanting to stay instead. It might be just like you do a little bit today, you do a little bit tomorrow, but you got to actively move forward. As long as you actively move forward, for example, if you were going to get out of the situation or you're going to like change your vocation, you're like, well, what type of colleges are around me? Let me first see what they have to offer. Ironically, that might be a place to start. What type of schooling is out there? Let me see what type of things are there, and then maybe take it down by category. Which categories do I not want? Which categories do I like? And then going deeper into those categories, if I whittle it down in those categories, and like every day I just take a little step farther, like honing it down to what I actually would want. And then I start saying, well, all right, maybe not this year or next semester, but maybe if I decide next fall I want to try something, what options are there? Which ones would I start, and how would I get the funding to do that, and how would I get the time to do that? How would I have to change my life to do that? Keep doing and whittling it down and looking at possibilities to the point where when the next January comes around, you realize it's time to actually step forward and make something happen if I'm going to make that change happen. That might be your version of the slow and steady pace wins the race. Not that you have to be like regimented, like this has to be done today, but that you keep doing a little bit every day. Just a little bit, just kind of like, well, let me just get a list of colleges. I go, okay, I got that list. Now tomorrow I'm going to see like what type of majors did each of them have, what type of vocations. Okay, I see that. And then maybe the day after that, like, let me look at this one a little closer. Like, what did each one of these entail? Just a little bit, and then just keep building on it that way. You're switching something out. You have a choice. You have a choice to switch something out. You want this. This is justice. What you're dealing with is very ironic to me. It's not a bad card, but it's not something that's working for you. And I'm noticing like the Hierophant here, I don't feel like is working for you. It's just very stifling. It's very limited. It's not allowing you to go where you want to go. It's not a bad card. It just doesn't work for you. If we can go there, it's not. We're not saying it's bad. We're just saying it doesn't work for you. You want to take this card out, and you want to put this card in its place. This one works better for you, and this is more. This is more intellect. This is more working things out. This is more seeing possibilities. This is more moving things forward the way you want them to. This one is more restrictive. This is just how it relates to Gemini. That's why I'm saying it that way. So to make that happen, we have to start moving forward slowly but surely. If you start doing that slow pace thing now, and then you make up your mind that even if you put it on your phone, like in January, you tell yourself, I have to start actually stepping forward. I'm giving myself from now till then to do the work, and I'm making myself do the work very little, even if it's just once a week. Like even if you put it on your phone, like okay, it's Saturday evening or it's the weekend, I have to make one step forward in this direction to get more information. If you do that, you'll start pulling yourself out of this situation, and you'll find what you're looking for. I do feel like this is kind of a difficult one. And I'm also getting like, I keep feeling like for this reading is valid for whenever you get to it. So like I would give yourself like a 4 to 5 month leeway. But you can get out of this situation. You can change your circumstances. It's going to take some work, some research to make it start happening. But they're saying whatever today is, give yourself 4 to 5 months. And like every month, make sure you're keeping a track that you're keeping track that you're making progress, getting the intellect you need. And then 4 to 5 months from now, make that first step forward and keep yourself going. This situation is not working for you. It's time to get out of it, but they're saying it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time to do so. You don't have to do it all in one day. If you do a little bit every day, it doesn't have to be that bad. So I'm going to use another analogy that I've been kind of avoiding. If you're in a relationship and you're married to that person and you don't want to be there anymore, just an analogy, you already know if this is true for you or not, and you're really like nervous about if I disconnect from this person, they're going to make it very hard for me in whatever way. Give yourself that 4 to 5 month leeway in the sense of like 4 to 5 months from now, I'm going to make the decision. I'm either going to disconnect from this or I'm going to double down and try to make it work. If you really want out of it, I would recommend like researching, like if you decide to go, what do you think is going to happen? How do you protect yourself against that? Maybe starting to find lawyers, pricing lawyers, doing all that stuff to see like how bad would it really be? What options would I have to leave? Where could I live? What do I need to do to make that work for me? If you do that a little bit, even if it's once a week, it's better if you do a little bit every day, just a little bit. Like today might be just like finding a couple lawyers that you could consider. That type of thing. Maybe you do want to talk with somebody. Maybe you want to see if there's like some free services where people could give you some advice, where you could call and get some advice about what you could do. Places where you could live. If you were like looking at what you think your finances would be if you left, what type of living situation could you afford? That type of thing. If you keep working at it slow but sure and just make that deadline for 4 to 5 months from now, you'll be able to do it. You'll feel stronger that you can make it happen and you'll be okay. Healing is possible. It's going to take a lot of intellect, but you can definitely do it. You have a lot of intellect. I feel like I tell this a lot to people about Gemini. Gemini is very smart. Gemini also can be all over the place. I understand that. And people don't understand Gemini because Gemini can be all over the place. It doesn't mean you're not smart. It just means they just can't follow because sometimes you're talking at a level that they just can't keep up with you, and that's fine. But remember, just in case the situation has kind of beat you down and you don't remember, you are extremely smart. Even if other people can't relate to you, there's a lot going on up here that you can do a lot with. It's just making it work to your advantage, and when the proper time comes, pushing forward and stepping forward. Be careful to not get that, what is the saying, paralysis by analysis. Don't let that happen to you. Make sure that you are aware of what's going on, that you have to move forward at some point and push yourself forward. If you keep doing this every day, you keep accumulating the information and you keep it safe where you don't feel like somebody's going to find out what you're doing and use it against you, because you want to keep it safe where you still have the ability to make a decision to go left or right where you need to. If you have all that information behind you when you need it, you can move forward appropriately as you decide fit. Being Gemini, by the way, I feel like you will know, like you don't have to make up your mind, like you're going to find other options. There might be, right now it may look like a left-right thing, like either I go or stay. By the time you get to the other end of this, 4 to 5 months from now, you might find other options that other people may not see. Maybe you can like live part-time with one family member, live part-time at home. Maybe you could, like if you have a family member who's struggling, they're a little older, maybe you could find it where half the time you live with them, half the time you live at home, and maybe that's enough for you to feel like you're out from under that oppressive rule. Stuff like that. You might find options that other people normally wouldn't see, just to be fair. Are we good? Alright. I'm going to shut this down here. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.